Hi YouTube, it's Cheryl from Sweet Sensations, and I thought I'd come to you with a soap idea that I had. I just want to stress that this is definitely not a tutorial. This is just something that I had in my head that I wanted to try. And now that I have a free moment, although I really should be sleeping because I'm working tonight, but I figured I would try and make this soap. So I already have everything ready. I have my oils melted here, as you can see, and I have my lye water here. Now you can see there's like stuff floating in it. I am actually going to be making it with chamomile tea. And I also have here some honey, as I'm going to be putting honey in it. And I have my mold prepared over here. And I also, if I have enough, I'm going to try and do some cupcakes. And I also plan on putting some chamomile flowers on the top. As you can see, I'm not wearing any gloves. That's because I ran out, but I'm going to be very careful. So yeah, so let's get started. For those of you who are maybe wanting to try soap making, what I would suggest that you do is definitely check out some great books. There's a few that I have, and I'll try to list them, or I have like two, and I'll try and list them at the bottom. I was just starting there, researching it, researching the oils, researching the safety precautions for working with lye and everything like that before starting out doing the soaps. When I first started, I just started with small batches, and while I still do small batches, I don't do really big batches like some of the other YouTubers on here, but you might want to start with small batches, and you can get supplies for that at your local grocery stores or health food stores if you want to just buy in small quantities, which is what I did in the beginning. So yeah, so let's get started. My temperature that I'm soaping at is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So I'm just pouring the lye water in slowly. I don't know if you can see that yet. And I'm not fragrancing this particular soap. Some of the oils that I use are sunflower and shea, a lot of olive oil, some palm oil, coconut oil. I think that's all I have in this particular recipe. And castor oil. But I do have another recipe, I have two other recipes that I've experimented with that I like, and one of them uses a lot of shea butter. And I really like that one so far. And I also have one where I use avocado oil and cocoa butter, and shea and olive and all that stuff. Okay. So as you can see, I've just poured it in real slowly. I'm going to try and get some of these chamomile leaves out, or chamomile tea out. And it actually smells really good. Even though it's the lye water, you can really smell the chamomile. And I think that's because I waited until my lye water got to the right temperature before I added the leaves, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to keep the scent though, but we'll see. Alright. So I'm just going to slowly stir this in. And guys, if you do want to make soap, always wear gloves. But like I said, I ran out. When I go into work tonight, I'm going to see if I can grab a couple pairs of gloves to bring home. Okay. So it's going to get a little bit loud, guys, for a second. I'm going to turn on my stick blender. Just give it a couple bursts and stir it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to separate some of this, and I'm going to add some titanium dioxide to it because I want it to do a topping a slightly whiter color. And then I might color the base yellow. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see. I wasn't sure what color this was going to turn the soap batter. That's why I didn't add any titanium dioxide already. So what I'm doing is just try to get this emulsified, and I'm going to separate my batch. But first, before I do that, I'm going to add my honey. So I'm going to add about 2.5 tablespoons. What I did is, I don't know if you can see that, but I've added a little bit of olive oil in my spoon just to make it easier for the honey to fall out of the spoon. I know I'm very quiet, guys. I'm a little bit tired. I just started my job this week, and because I haven't been working for the last little while, I really felt it. I work on a maternity childcare unit, and I work with new moms and babies in postpartum, and it's been busy. I think, I don't know if it was a full moon last night, but or the last week, but every woman seemed to have gone into labor. So our unit is really, really full right now with new moms and babies. So I've been working really hard and I'm tired. Okay, so that was 2 and I'm going to add half now. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Clearly I didn't put enough olive oil because it's not sliding out. Slowly mix that. Okay, so I'm just going to separate some of this batch. I like the color of this actually. I don't think I'm going to add yellow oxide. But I want the top to be white, so I'm going to add the titanium dioxide. So I just have a measuring cup there. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. The surface I'm working on is just a plastic like shelf liner that I got from IKEA in a roll. So I use that just to protect my table here. So this is my oil soluble titanium dioxide. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, my camera. I don't know if you can read that. Hopefully you can. But it's oil soluble. So I'm just going to pour a little bit. This is bad. I really should measure, but I didn't feel like getting another utensil out. I can be lazy like that sometimes because that just means more I have to wash. Okay. Just start to mix this in a bit. And then I'll put my stick blender to it. So what are your projects that you guys are working on? Curious to see. I've been living off of watching all your guys' videos and what you're creating. I think it's awesome. I like the soaping community here on YouTube. It's really, really cool. My next project is to create a shampoo bar. My girlfriend wanted me to make one for her. I haven't made a shampoo bar before. I did some research on what kind of oils I'd like to use, but I'm not quite sure what kind of qualities the soap should have in terms of like how much super fatting I should be doing. Should I be adding a lot of castor oil, which I've read, to get the bubbles? I do have a recipe in mind of the oils I want to use based on what her hair requirements are on her scalp. So I would love it if anyone had any helpful ideas as to what I should be looking for in terms of like how much to super fat, because I heard you should super fat it more so that you can get the extra moisturizing for your hair, and that you should add a lot of castor oil for the bubbling. I already know what oils, like I said, I'm going to use like neem oil and babusa oil and grapeseed oil. I plan to use olive oil, because I read that neem oil is really good for itchy scalp, which is what I have and she also has. So if anyone has any helpful tips, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a comment below. That would be great. Or PM me or anything like that. Okay. So this is almost, it's not quite as white as I was expecting. In fact, it almost looks like it's turning like a, I don't know, like a pale peachy orangey yellowish kind of color. That's okay, it's different to the base, so it'll give me the contrast that I want. Okay, so I'm going to leave this aside because I want that to thicken up for my topping.